Did you know there's only 21.6% of women in the music industry, and 2/3 identified sexual harassment and objectification as a persistent problem in industry? Well, I'm not surprised.
There was always this kind of this unspoken, I won't say philosophy. It was like there was this unspoken expectation that in order for a woman to get ahead, that they would have to put themselves out there as far as, giving of themselves in ways that they don't really want to.
Our theme today is why you treat me so bad. How we survive or thrive. What's the key? Today, I'm speaking with Valerie Watson English, on one of the founding members of American R&B group, Club Nouveau. Nominated Grammy, Best R&B Performance, Lean on Me was their celebrated hit, resulting in a Grammy nomination for Song of the Year, then winning a Grammy for Best R&B Song, charting at number 2 on Billboard R&B chart. Why You Treat Me So Bad, and that's our theme. And Lean on Me, going on to become a big Billboard, there we go, Billboard Hot 100. I wanted to say Hot Billboard. So Valerie, welcome. Thank you for being here and being a real force as a woman and an artist and a singer. We just really appreciate you. And I'm glad you're here today. And I'm gonna jump in because there's a few things I just want to ask. I watched so many of your videos, and you're an amazing dancer, like amazing. And I was always wondering, were you a dancer first? Were you a musician? And then how did that happen? Like, I remember you telling me that you were in college, and the next thing you know, you're like on tour. So if you could share a little bit about that, that'd be awesome.
Well, I was a late bloomer. I mean, when I was a little girl, I had visions of dancing the ballet, but for our family, it just wasn't in the budget. So fast forward, I go to college and I'm able to make these independent decisions about classes that I want to take. So I was like, I want to dance. So I took a couple of classes and I just got hooked.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of been a vocation. It's not like I studied dance for any length of time, except for about 1.5 years. I did an intensive at a dance studio up in Sacramento. So I did ballet, I did jazz, didn't do any tap and hip hop. So that was kind of like where I got my intensive, but that was like after I did the Club Nouveau videos.
Oh,
yeah. So it was just, dancing is just like a part of my rhythm. It's like, I'm always like, I don't know if it's nerves or what, but it's just like, I just got to move.
It was amazing. I was like, oh my God, she can dance. And you're so graceful. You just have this essence about you that just moves and flows, and it's beautiful. So I was just really curious about that. And so now you're in Club Nouveau, and how did that come about?
It was quite by accident. Again, I was in college. This is when everything coalesced for me. I was in college and I was at a party and I was doing the party thing, had a little bit too much to drink. And then, and then this song by Cameo comes on called Sparkle. And I love that song. So I knew the DJ and I was feeling good. So I grabbed the mic and I just started singing. And from that, some people had heard me. They were like, "Oh, you should do a solo in the gospel choir." And I'd already been doing demos on the weekends, kind of like low key. But when people heard me sing at that party, I got a lead in the gospel choir. I was never considered before. And the song, can't even think of the name of the song, but I remember the moment that I went into my little thing and everyone stood up and they clapped. And I was like, oh my God. But the whole Club Nouveau thing, it was just so happened that the guy that I was doing demos with, he was working with Jay King, who was putting together all these groups in the Bay Area.
Wow.
And Timex Social Club was one of those groups. And so when my friend that I was doing demos with, he was like, we're working on this project with this guy, Jay King. And I was like, Jay King, I know him. And the reason why I knew Jay is because when we were kids growing up in Vallejo, he lived across the street from my grandmother.
Oh my gosh.
And so that's how I got to know Jay.
Wow.
And so it was just serendipitous that, serendipitous that the timing and me knowing and the producer that I was working with at the time, knowing Jay, and it just all came together. And so they recorded Rumors, which was a mega hit. And
who wrote Rumors?
Actually, it was Mike Marshall and Marcus Thompson. Okay. Two guys from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And so they wrote that song. Jay produced it along with Thomas McElroy and Denzel Foster.
Okay. Wow.
And those are the two guys who did the inaugural album for Club Nouveau, Life, Love, and Pain. Wow. And they also produced, Denzel and Tommy also produced In Vogue and Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just great, talented guys.
Yeah.
So
the Bay Area has always been like so much talent.
Oh yeah.
Everything from Pointer Sisters to Sly and the Stone to,
Function. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Just amazing talent. No wonder Prince wanted to come here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. He used to come to Oakland and hang out.
Uh-huh.
And from what I understand, after he passed away, there was a really good friend of his that was doing an interview. He's a pretty prominent guy, and I can't remember his name. I love him. He's a political guy. Anyway, he was saying that Prince actually came in and like paid for people's stuff, like he anonymously.
Uh-huh.
Like
wow.
Amazing. Like somebody that really actually made it to the top. Isn't he from California?
I know.
Like Minneapolis. You know what I mean? But to come here and just really help people, it was pretty phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
And he didn't want anybody to know about it. That's
right.
Him. Yeah.
From what I understand, he did a lot.
Yeah. That's what I understand too.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah.
Wow. So they kind of drug you. It was like, okay, woo. Did Jay like go, hey, I heard you sing really good. Do you want to join my band?
Well, what it was that the guy that I was doing demos with, he was like, when I realized that I knew the same guy that they were working with, and we got on the phone, and what it was that I did a session for Confunction for a song called JoJo.
Okay.
And from that session, Jay was like, okay, so we need a girl in the group. And that's kind of like how I snuck into Timex Social Club and subsequently Club Nouveau.
Nice.
So
and then were you guys just like on the road? Like what happened? Like within months, weeks?
I'm going to say months, because that happened in my senior year of college. And so it must have been around like in the fall of my senior year, because by April we were on the road. Wow. Yeah.
That was fast.
It happened fast. Yeah. I feel guilty because I didn't like pay my dues. Not then, but I'm paying my dues now.
Yeah.
I am my dues.
Yeah, I get you. It's somewhere along the way. You gotta pay.
You gotta pay.
You gotta pay. Some of us are still paying. No. No, I'm just being funny. But wow, so that was fun. And that you guys just, I mean, I don't want to mislead people, because I think a lot of times us artists or other artists or whoever you want to think, upcoming artists, they think, oh, just got to get a record deal, or, oh, just, da, 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 da. And it's like, that is such an old story. Like that was fed, to us probably in the 70s, or the 60s,
Yeah.
And what people don't know is that it evolves and it devolves at the same time. There's so much, it's really changed, and it's not that fantasy.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And I'd love for you to speak to that for your own experience. I know I was talking about surviving or thriving, some of those things, like how did that happen for you? Because now you're on the road, you're a woman, you're a young gal, you probably had your frame, right, of like, oh, okay, this is great. And then what happens?
Well, there was always this this kind of this unspoken I won't say philosophy. It was like there was this unspoken expectation that in order for a woman to get ahead, that they would have to put themselves out there, as far as giving of themselves in ways that they don't really want to.
Yeah.
I remember having that fear. I remember feeling like someone's going to ask me to, have sex with them in order to go to the next level.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like because I was in a group with so many men, because there's 4 guys and myself, that they sheltered me.
That's nice.
They sheltered me. So that was fortunate. But on the flip side of that, I don't think I ever had an opportunity to, or I never took the opportunity to pursue some other things, because I felt so insulated within my bubble.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until the group kind of like started fading in our popularity, and I start working with other people that I saw what a grind it was, as far as, meeting producers, cutting demos, finding a manager, trying to get a record deal. And that part of it was fun, but it was frustrating. And I think that for me personally, that I was a little bit too timid to fully aggressively go for what I want. Gotcha. Because I was used to being insulated. So I think for me personally, I feel like somebody should take care of me, or take me there for myself. Take me there rather than me go out there and get it.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm doing now as a mature woman, is realizing that if I want it the way that I want it, that I got to go out there. I got to know what I want, and I got to go out there and get it.
Yeah.
So that's where I am right now.
Yeah. That's really wonderful that you spoke to that, because I think that's you're not alone. I think that plagues a lot of us, even in different situations, not only in the music industry, but just across the board, right? As a mom, right. As a wife, going to work, whatever. It's that self-expression. It's that feeling of, I know who I am. I feel a little secure in myself, and let me just say what I want,
right.
And not feel like, I felt that way too. Like, oh God, oh, I don't know what I want, or, oh, should I ask for that? Or, or you get a pushback or something.
Mhm.
Oh, no, you can't have that, or whatever. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Or you have an idea what you want, but you think maybe you're overstepping.
Yes. Yeah. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it makes you like go, if I'm overstepping, what am I telling myself?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not good enough. I'm not this. I'm not
Right.
that. Yeah, just
It's a whole mind trip. But as far as to your question about feeling like being susceptible to certain male influence in the business, there was an incident where I got cornered in a bathroom at a Grammy party by a dude. I'm like, I'm going into the ladies' bathroom, and he comes in after me, and he tries to push up on me. And this is a very well-known individual.
Mm.
And that kind of like threw me. I was like, so this is the kind of that be happening to women? It tripped me out.
Wow. On so many levels. I mean,
Yeah.
probably somebody that you already knew that you looked up to.
Yes. Before I got into the business. Yes, exactly.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Wow, what a challenge. Because he was using his power,
Yeah.
to like, oh, she's up and coming. Let's just.
Exactly. Yeah. It was a trip.
Ooh, how did you survive that?
Well, it happened so fast, but I know that I resisted or I pushed him away or whatever. And I just got out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you do. Right.
Girl.
Oh.
Ah.
So now that you are where you are,
Yes.
and have you, since I know you're reigniting your amazing career, and you're reigniting, doing middle-aged moms making music is your podcast.
Yes.
So as you're doing that, do you find that has things changed at all, or is it still kind of the same old, same old? What's been your experience?
Well, the beautiful thing about where I am right now is that I'm in control. I can craft my career the way that I want to at this stage in my life. And there's so many resources like this Zoom call that we're on right now. And I'm looking at your backdrop and I'm like, I gotta get me a backdrop, because right now you looking at curtains over music.
Kind of bohemian. I kind of like it.
Oh yeah. Got to keep it original. But anyway, so it's like there's just so much more opportunity in today's climate. Yeah. It's like you can create what you want. You're in charge of how extensive you want to market yourself. It's like however hard you work and however you envision it, you can work it.
Yeah.
So I'm loving that aspect of
it. It's fun, isn't it?
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Because we came out of an era where there was no DIY.
It was tough.
It was tough.
A few people did it.
Mm-hmm.
A few people did do it, but it was rough.
Really rough.
Yeah. So.
So what do you think the most challenging thing that you've ever done or have done or am doing?
God, the most challenging thing that I'm still finding challenging is the battle with myself.
Sure.
Because I know I'm dope, but then I don't know I'm dope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. I totally do. I totally do. And I think that's just a human a human conundrum, I think. And, really, I think what's there is for all of us is just, at least you're conscious, at least you're mindful, and you're going, hey, this feels like a block to me, or this feels like a stop. Oh, I wonder what's going on here. Right. Do I need to read something? Do I need to talk to somebody? Do I need to, touch reality, and then create my reality? So
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is one reason why I love what you're doing. And I love your message about global badass, because that's what I'm striving to be, is a global badass.
But here's the great thing. You are.
Hi.
You are. You are it. You are it. And, just to let our viewers know, Valerie spoke of Global Badass Goddess. And today we're on Glenda Benevides Music, but I have another channel, it's Global Badass Goddess. So I wanted Valerie on the music one today, but she is a badass. And, ever since I met you, I felt really fortunate to have met such a beautiful, inside, outside, humble, but energetically so powerful, so magnetic. And I was like, oh yeah, we need women like this in our, not only our lives, but our industry. So I'm just like, girl, you're on the way, and I'm very excited for you.
Thank you, Glenda.
You're welcome. You're just yummy. So, well, let's see. I've got some more questions for you.
Okay.
So this is kind of a fun part of this conversation.
Right.
Not that it hasn't been fun, but so I've got some crazy questions for you to answer.
All right.
So you have to answer these. So biggest risk you ever took.
Oh gosh. The
Could be anything.
Risk I ever took. Oh, I don't know.
Getting married. No, I'm joking.
You know what? That was my first thought. And I thought, that was my first thought. I was like, well, that's not interesting.
I just like getting married. That's the biggest risk. No.
It was.
Right?
No. Yeah, I don't know. My brain is like locked right now, but
okay, all good. We'll go on to the next one.
Okay.
Guilty pleasure.
Ooh, a guilty pleasure. Bridgerton.
Okay.
Season 1.
I love it.
Over and over and over. No.
I'm going to have to watch that. Okay. Something we don't know about you.
Let's see. I lived in Africa for 2 years.
Wow. What part?
Nigeria.
Wow.
Yep.
Any particular reason?
Well, let's see. My mom was a single mom. She had just finished college and she needed a job. And my father, they were separated at the time. He saw an article for a job classified for teachers wanted in Nigeria. And he sent it to my mom. My mom applied, and she thought they're not gonna accept me with 3 kids, but they did.
Wow. Wow. What was that like?
Culture shock.
Yeah.
Where's the McDonald's?
Exactly. I'm American. What's going on here?
What was really trippy was that, so we're Black, right? So we go to Nigeria and we go to the market and they sing this song. If you eat the pepe, you go yellow mama. And what it means is, hey, white person. And we're like, but we're Black. But I think what it was that they translated it as foreigner or European or something, but they knew that we weren't their people.
Right.
But we're Black.
Oh, Wow. That would have been intense.
But we ended up adjusting just fine. We made friends and it was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone from history you'd like to meet or be, and why?
Okay. So one person that I always wanted to meet was Sarah Vaughan. Her voice was so rich and layered. And I went through this phase where everything she recorded, I had to listen to.
Wow.
I had to listen to it. I had to learn her rhythms and her licks and the way she drags notes.
Okay.
And I had to embody that. And so I didn't get a chance to meet her. I think she was on Warner Brothers at the same time we were on Warner Brothers, but she ended up passing before I ever got a chance to meet her.
Darn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. Beautiful. I love her too. She's one of my influences.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Dakota Staton.
Dakota Staton.
Mm-hmm. I actually got to meet George Shearing.
Mm-hmm.
He played piano. He was big in jazz.
Okay.
For Dakota and Sarah and everybody.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Okay. I did get to meet my teenage fan crush. Not fan crush, but someone that I really admired, and that was Patrice Rushen. Baby Fingers.
Oh yeah.
I got a chance to perform with her. So
Ready?
I was like,
forget me not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, once I got into a vibe, I like from that album, then I went backwards to Posh and Finesse and all her other albums. I was like, vibing on that sister.
Yeah. One of my favorites is M2May.
Oh, girl. That beat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I love that beat.
Me too.
Woo, get me going.
Yeah. Get you singing in a minute. Okay. How about an inspiration? Something that really inspired you, like it could be a quote, it could be an idea, it could be anything. It could be just an inspiration that you'd love to share with people.
Well, one thing that kind of like got me through 10 years of trying to finish my degree was this acronym FOCUS. Follow one course until successful.
Ooh.
And because what I realized about myself is that I have all these different interests. I'm pretty decent at a lot of things, but what's that old saying, master of none? So I realized as I was trying to finish my degree, and I had this acronym on next to my bed so that when I went to study, I would see it, follow one course until successful. It took me 10 years of looking at that piece of paper until I finally got my degree. And with, in the interim, taking care of my kids and working as well. But it made me realize that if I'm ever going to accomplish anything of substance, then I'm going to have to put that same energy into that endeavor.
Yeah.
So I would say that that's my inspirational thought for today.
Great. Thank you so much. Well, I really appreciate your time. And I want everybody to go to Middle-Aged Moms Making Music. It's your podcast. And I will have it down in the down below. It'll be on the YouTube channel. It's our YouTube.
Yeah, it's not just me. It's me and my girl, Leah.
That's right.
Leah Reese. Yeah, she's a producer. And
and she's awesome. And I think I'm gonna have both of you guys on next time. So it would be really fun, I think.
Yes, it will.
Yeah. So again, thank you so much. Thank you for your time and your energy and your love and your heart, and just really being a stand for not only yourself, but for other women and other people in the world, coming together and just really letting the music just explode and blossom
Oh,
to really
definitely.
who you are.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
definitely. Yeah. Thank you so much, Glenda. I
So
love
welcome.
your
All
energy.
right. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. That was Valerie Watson English. And please join us next time for another intimate conversation with Glenda Benevides Music and Global Badass Goddess. So thank you. All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.